Hello everyone, welcome back in the Python beginner session. So in the last video, what we learn syntax of Python, in which we learn how to make a cell as a markdown, that means a text cell, and how to make a cell a code cell. In the text cell, how to write headings in three different sizes, and how to make a text bold and italic, and also hyperlink text. And also, we learn how to give a print statement, how to give comments to your code so that the other user of code can understand what you have written inside the code. So we learned a lot of things in the last video. In case if you haven't watched it, I have given a link of my last video in the description box. And if you have any question, you can write in the comment box. So today what we are going to learn escape sequence. So escape sequence basically uses a character that is backslash followed by a character or a letter. So this character can be a code, that can be a single quote or double quote, or it can be an alphabet like N, T, R, B. So these makes a actually the purpose to use backslash and these things are in the different meanings. For example, here I have given a escape sequence list that is backslash with single quote with its description and example as well. So first we are going to introduce backslash with single quote. So here I used the comment with single line comment with hashtag that we learned in last video as well. I define a variable that is called a string in which I pass the value that's my notebook, and we are going to print the string. Do you, are you noticing something different in this statement or in this value of the string? That this part that comes in red and that has different color. Why is that so? So let's print and check it what the output comes and why is the difference. Yes, it is throwing an error because when we define a string, we always define it into quotes. We started with the quote and we end it with the quote. That can be a single quote, that can be a double quote. So here that word is covered with the quote, but as my notebook is not covered with the quote. It doesn't start with the quote, it only ends with the quote. So, according to the Python syntax, it's an error. That's why it's throwing an error. So, how we print apostrophe s if we want to print it in Python? That's where we use our escape sequence. So here to print that apostrophe s or that single quote, we use backslash and single quote. So let's print this and let's see how it works. Yeah, it works fine. Now it's giving no error and it's printing the right statement that we want to print. Whenever we want to print a quote that can be a single quote or double quote, we always use single backslash. Why we don't use double backslash? Let's see in this example, that's double backslash my notebook. So it's again throwing the same error as it showed here. It's showing the same error, syntax error, invalid syntax. Why? Because as I told you, we use only single backslash to print quotes. Double backslash we use to print single backslash that we will learn further in this video. So that's why it's throwing an error. So remember to print a code that can be a single code, that can be a double code. We use only single backslash. So now comes another escape sequence. for double quote. So here is again I used a variable called line, and here I gave the value we are Vikings from the north. And again you can see, can you see the difference here? Can you guess what's the problem? Yes, you are right. The problem is same because we define a string within the quotes and the word Viking is not in the quotes. So it's going to throw the same error because here we started a quote and here we started a quote and here we ended. Again, here we started a quote and here we ended. So this word Vikings is not inside the quote. So that's why it's throwing the same syntax error. But when we use backslash here and here, let's see what comes next. Yes, now we are getting our double quotes here and here because to print double quote, we always use backslash before it. So now it's counting the quote starting here and ending here for the string. It's not counting these quotes for the string to cover because it has backslash in front of it. So it's count as a escape sequence. I hope you get it, but still, if you have any doubt, please write in the comment box. Now we go in our next escape sequence that is for new line. So that is backslash n that creates a new line. If you want to write multiple lines in single variable, then you always define it with backslash n. So let's print and see what it comes. Yes. So here in multivariable, we defined a string within the quotes. So here multiple strings, then I used backslash n. So that means after strings, it will go to the next line and then it will print the next value that is can be created. After that I used again backslash n, so it's going to the next line again and it's printing the rest of the value because after that I didn't use backslash n. So backslash n creates a new line. What happened if I give a space here after backslash n? Let's see. So it will create a space here as well, which we don't want. So if you don't want a space here, don't give a space here as well. After backslash n, just write afterwards without giving a space, and the output will be in the correct format, in the correct order. Now, if we go to backslash t, so that escape sequence we use to create a white space between two characters or even in the starting of the sentence. If you give an indentation to a sentence or you give a space before starting, then you will use backslash t to create a tab space. Here I use name and then slash backslash t and then Sugandh. That's my name. If I print it, it printed name colon because after that after colon I use backslash t. So after colon it created a space and then it printed Sugandh here. So here I'm printing two different statements, two different lines. So that is one with the numbers, the other one is with backslash t. So generally, when you print this, it gives a 4 character space, but here it is giving 8 character space. And you can define that space in Python by using dot extend tabs, and method. And in the method, in the parentheses, you write tab size and then you define the size, how much tab space you want. That is, I have defined equals to 6. So if I print it now, you can see the space is not 8, the space is 6. So you can define the tab space by using expand tabs method. Now there is another escape sequence, that is backslash R. So backslash R is a carriage return escape sequence. That means it takes the cursor to the first place. So if I print hello Python and I'm using backslash R between hello and Python, what it will do, it will take my cursor after writing hello to the first place and then it will print the Python. So hello will be replaced by word Python. So you can see only one word, that is Python. So it replaces the value. Here you see. So there is another example. If you print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 characters long, you print and then there is a backspace and then you are printing hello. Let's see what it comes. So here you can see it comes hello and then 6, 7, 8, 9. Why it happened that? Because it is replacing only the first five letters, that is HELLO, because here I defined five character long word after backslash R. So that's why it replacing only first five letters with hello and then it's printing afterwards what is rest in the first string. That is 6, 7, 8, 9. I hope you get it. If there is any confusion, please write in the comment box and I'll explain you as fast as I can. So now there is another escape sequence, that is backslash B. And maybe you noticed I defined this statement in multiple line. And to define multiple line statement, I use three quotes. So as we learned in our previous video, to create a multi-line comment, we use three quotes. It can be double three quotes, it can be single three quotes. So here, backslash B works like a backspace sequence. That means it removes the last character before you define backslash B. Like in the keyboard, you see backspace. When you press that backspace, it removes the last character. So it is the same thing here. If I print backslash BLO, so what it will print? It will remove one L for me and then it will print the rest. So here, if I print this, it's printing hell because it is removing the last letter, that is O. If I print this again, then it is printing, it's removing the last letter, that is L, and printing HEL here. So backslash B removes the last character from the string. Now, uh, if you remember, in the starting of the video, I talked about double backslash to print single backslash. So double backslash we use if you want to print single backslash. Here I used hat, backslash, and tail in my output. Let's see what it comes. Yes. So double backslash we use to print a single backslash. So there is a fun exercise further. I created. I hope you like it. So here, if you want to print double, if you want to get this output, this is double backslash here. So for double backslash, because to print single backslash, you use double backslash. So you use four slashes here to print two slash. So let's see. Yes. So for forward slash, it comes normal, but for backslash, you use again double backslash. So let's create this toothbrush here. Yes, we got this a statement. This is toothbrush. Here we create a face. So if you notice, in this face, there is double quotes both sides. So to print those double quotes, what you use backslash double quote, backslash double quote here. And to print the next line, I didn't use the print statement again. I used backslash n here and then I printed the same line that we need here as an output. Here I created a space between backslash n. Why is that so? Because here we used double quote, so we need that space here after starting the next line. So let's see if we get the same output. Yes, we got it. The same thing as I explained here, we need 4 backslash up. So in the output, so we need to print 8 backslash here. We want to print all the escape sequence, that is single quote, double quote, and T. So to print those, we need to make double backslash to print single backslash. And here I use 3 because we need also a single quote, so we use backslash single quote here to print a single quote. So that's why we use three backslash here and 2 backslash here. Here to create a tab, we used backslash T. I hope you like this fun exercise. So there are some points to remember. To print two lines, we use backslash n. So if we define it in a normal string, it will print us 2 lines. But if you define it as a raw string, then the raw string never counts backslash as a escape sequence. It counts it as a normal character. So as we can see here, it didn't print 2 separate lines, but it printed backslash n as well. So here R we used to define a raw string as a raw string. There is other points as well. If you use backslash in the middle of the string, it will print it normally. But if you print backslash in the end, it will throw an error, a syntax error. So to print a backslash in the end, we always use double backslash, as I told you earlier. I hope you like this video. See you in the next video. Enjoy it. Please keep learning. And if you like it, please comment and press the like button, and also subscribe to get the notification as I post my next video. Till then, see you. Bye bye. Have a nice evening.